Yo, 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 welcome back. Welcome back, man. Yo, what it do though? What's good? What's happening? What's up? Here we are, yo, the 18th, 2020 controversial conversation, Fireside Chats. Damn, it feels good to be back with y'all, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Under the circumstances, though, I'm not gonna lie. I wish they were a little better. We're gonna really get into that towards the end of the show. I got a pretty good one for y'all today. To be honest with you, it's gonna be a little heavy. I got to talk about some things that we don't really normally want to talk about, but that's the point of controversial conversation. So let's get straight off into it. First and foremost, I gotta say, y'all know it's been a continuous theme on here, right? That we just basically call out the president for just being stupid as hell. And also we call out the federal government overreach, like the habitual line stepping, if you would, of what the government attempts to be doing. And I think right now Trump has hit an all-time peak. So if you're not familiar with what's going on in Portland, Oregon, I think you might want to tune in because it could definitely be a preview of some scary things to come. So right now, Trump has decided that after he signed that bullshit ass executive order protecting punk ass participation trophies, or as they're otherwise known, Confederate monuments, statues, and shit like that, basically protecting them from anybody trying to tear them down or take them down or anything like that, and trying to slap a 10-year prison, like penalty and stuff like stupid shit, right? But now he's also deploying federal officials that'll be under the Department of Homeland Security. But it's a few different people, a few different branches, right? So you got ICE up in there, you got Border Patrol up in there. I don't know why, like, what's the fucking Border Patrol doing? But then you got also Department of Homeland, you got FSA, you got Coast Guard. It's like a whole bunch of folks all jumbled together. It's like a jambalaya of fucking, Justice Department bullshit. And so Trump's using this to basically squash peaceful protests. There have been protests every day, y'all. Black Lives Matter protests every day in Portland since George Floyd was ruthlessly murdered. Like, can you think about that? Like, over 50 days of just out here every day talking about, hell no, we won't go. Because, bro, this is bullshit. And I am so proud of Portland for still stepping up. I mean, they had soccer moms out here talking about, we moms, please don't shoot. And they still are out here with rubber bullets and tear gas. And not only that, wearing camouflage, looking like white alt-right militiamen with some, rifles and all kinds of other shit. They're just throwing people in unmarked vans, which is, I don't know, like kidnapping maybe, but it's ridiculous, like what is going on right now. But this isn't going to be the only place this is happening. So Trump has an idea that he wants to put these in Democratic ran cities that he believes are just crime ridden. And you know what he's talking about. Black places, y'all. So he's talking about, deploying like 150 to Chicago. And these are going to be staying here like indefinitely. But not only that, right, you're like, wait, what? There's more? Yes, not only that, he's going to also be deploying drones. All right. Now, it's wrong and it's fucked up that we use drones overseas when we're just killing people because we don't want to put boots on the ground when we really shouldn't be fighting these wars at all, right? Okay. We are all in agreement of that. But now we're about to use drones, not overseas, but on domestic soil. And they're not saying that, they're going to be killing people or shooting folks with these. These are just for spying, but okay, you're still violating our constitutional rights regardless. So it's not lesser of two evils with everything now. Like, that was 2016. It's 2020. Like, I know we got the lesser of two stupids this year, but like, come on, this isn't even fair. Like Trump, bruh, I get it. You are trying to hold on to all power that you feel you're about to lose, but brother, man, you got to stop being a dick, bro, because you are looking shaky, baby. There's no way that you can win the election if you keep doing stuff like this. Nobody cares about the law and order routine anymore. People care about the pandemic and how you're responding. People give a fuck about, if we're gonna have healthcare, there's that. What about a stimulus check? I don't know, UBI, something of that nature, so that they can get through to the next day. They don't care about you trying to squash these protests. They don't care about if you think the NFL coming back and them kneeling is a problem. They don't give a fuck about that no more. You gotta give them more. So, excuse me, I apologize. But yeah, and then also, like I say, man, like, why? Why doesn't the NRA ever step up, bruh? Like, why is it that they oppose the Black Panthers and they oppose, or they ain't really oppose, but they didn't say shit when it came to Philando. Like, dude got shot in his car reaching for a license, like the best example of a lawful gun owner, not a peep. And now that there's fascists literally overtaking the streets in the United States, like domestic soil, my G, like now there's still nothing going on. Like, y'all are always talking about against tyrannical government. We will stand against them and we will fight. Man, y'all ain't nothing but some bitches. Some bitches, man. I swear. Y'all ain't doing a damn thing. Y'all never do. Y'all are so weak. Every time something's like going down, y'all ain't never around. But I bet you the NFAC, they're not fucking around, coalition. Them thousands of, or the thousand of black people that you saw storming Stone Mountain, yeah, I bet you they'll show up ready to bust some heads. But I don't think calling for violence is the answer. I think figuring out peaceful resolutions is the best way to do it. But whatever, man. But so, speaking of being silent about murders and death and stuff like that, there's something that I do need to speak about. So y'all know, right? Y'all know I'm a hip hop head. Love it. Love hip hop to the core of me. I promise hip hop raised me like 33% along with my mom and my pop. I promise, man. So it pains me to say though, we have a problem. We got a problem in hip hop. There's something that really, really needs to be spoken about right now, and it's our state of being, our state of mind. We are at a point right now where so many lost souls. So many lost souls. You know what I'm saying? Like we've lost so many people within a short amount of time that it's just mind-boggling. Like when we think about the rise of the stars that could have been, from Nip, from XXX, Mac Miller, we got Juice World. You know what I'm saying? Like when we look at like just these four right here, and the reason I'm bringing this up right now, not because of them four, but because recently a rapper named Ryan Bowers, 24-year-old, pretty decent rapper. I'm not gonna lie, like, I enjoy the music, but you can tell there's a sadness to it, and there is a level of depression to it, and there's a level of suicidal ideation to it. He's really close, or was really close friends with Nick Cannon, and he took his life this week. And this is indicative of the depression that is running rampant in hip hop. Okay? We do not know how to handle the pain either. So what do? We numb ourselves. We self-medicate. We think that by running away from the pain that we can get away from it, but we can't. We have to speak about it. We have to talk about it. The fact that so many songs that I can listen to now are literally guys crying for help, but we're just jamming to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody made a joke. I think it was like my boy Chris. We were talking about, Fabo and like the song Geeked Up, and it's like, help me, help me. And it's like we joke about it, but like these are real cries for help. Maybe you might not think about it even in that song, but if you think about hearing these songs about I want to die, or I want to kill myself in the nighttime, or I slit my wrist just because it's the only way I can feel pain, these type of things, or they're numbing themselves with Percocets, or they're popping Mollies, or they're smoking so much weed that they're just so high they can't function, popping or drinking codeine or on hen. You know what it is, y'all. Like, it's part of the culture that we have to speak about because it's an oversaturation. There's so much of it going on right now, and there's so many people that are hurting that need help. We have to do something different. So tomorrow, if you tune in to the Dirty Laundry podcast, you will see I'm guest speaking with these three amazing women, and we talk about breaking through stigmas in the black community on mental health because there's so many, and none more a bigger example than in hip hop, with the fact that the masculinity that we feel we have to show on an everyday basis, because you got to be hard, you got to be this, you got to be that. You can't really show vulnerability or true emotion, and if you do, you're weak, or you're a bitch, or you're suspect, or this, that, and the other. Like, we got to change that, because we're only hurting ourselves and we're hurting the ones around us, and we got to do better because they deserve better and we deserve better. Speaking about better, um, yeah, this is the part of the show that I didn't really want to get to. I told you I'd get to it, earlier, but we lost somebody recently. We lost a monumental, legendary, historic, iconic, towering figure in John Robert Lewis. This man was extraordinary. He had a career that spanned over 50 years of civil rights activism and being a politician. And the things that he fought for and the way that he fought for it, nothing short of admirable, and deserves the highest of recognition. So we all know the story, born in Alabama to a family of sharecroppers, right? Sharecropper this, and to transcend into that 25-year-old man who became the youngest speaker at the March on Washington, to that same man who was beaten, bloody on that Sunday, to serving 17 terms in Atlanta's 5th District, 34 years. He was also a chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, until he got ousted by Stokely Carmichael and others when they decided, maybe violence ain't so wrong. But that was a testament to John Lewis and what he believed in, because he believed in truthful nonviolence. He believed in putting himself in harm's way, in eliciting violence, making or inciting violence, making the oppressor show the world how he is oppressing the oppressive, right? So or the oppressed, my bad. So he's basically giving you photo shots of what is wrong. He's showing you that he is on the right side by not fighting them back, by showing them that I don't have to be violent. I don't have to succumb to your nature, okay? And that is something that deserves the highest of recognition. This man was a brilliant, brilliant man. Was, a religious figure, obviously, very deeply spiritual, but unwavering, resilient, never ever quit. Like, was able to go back and see, in Selma, and go back, or not actually go back, but to be able to go see the Black Lives Matter Plaza before pancreatic cancer took his life. I want us to understand that there's no replacing a man like this. His spirit will continue to live on in all of us, but there's no replacing him. But what we can do is we can strive to be the greatest, best, amazing, strongest versions of ourselves. We can strive to attain that level that John Lewis strived and attained every day of his life. We can pursue that. We all have that within us. I promise you, if you believe, you can achieve against all odds. And that's what Tupac said. But instead of leaving you with Tupac, I will leave you with the words of John Lewis. And I will see you next week.
My friends, let us not forget that we are involved in a serious social revolution. But by and large, American politics is dominated by politicians who build their career on immoral compromise and allow themselves an open form of political, economic, and social exploitation. There are exceptions, of course. We salute those. But what political leader can stand up and say, my party is the party of principles? For the party of Kennedy is also the party of Eastland. The party of Jarvis is also the party of Goldwater. Where is our party? Where is the political party that will make it unnecessary to march on Washington? Where is the political party that will make it unnecessary to march in the streets of Birmingham? Where is the political party that will protect the citizen of Albany, Georgia? Do you know that in Albany, Georgia, 9 of our leaders have been indicted, not by the Dixiecrats, but by the federal government for peaceful protest? But what did the federal government do when Albany Deputy Sheriff beat Attorney C.B. King and left him half dead? What did the federal government do when local police officials kicked and assaulted the pregnant wife of Slater King and she lost her baby? Those who have said be patient and wait, we must say that we cannot be patient. We do not want our freedom gradually, but we want to be free now.